One of fashion's greatest lights has gone out. Oscar de la Renta, the designer known for his unapologetically feminine designs that appeal to women of every age, died Monday evening. He was 82 years old. Here with more on his legacy is WSJ fashion columnist Christina Binkley. Christina, thanks for being with us.
Happy to.
This news really makes me so sad, Christina. I adored Oscar de la Renta. I had the opportunity to meet him once at a children's charity here in New York. He was such a gentleman. There was nothing of the fashion diva about him, but it seems that everyone adored him.
Yes, actually, that's true. The outpouring of grief, I have to say today, that you see just reading tributes that have been posted to him. Anna Wintour posted a very personal tribute in Vogue.com. It really shows the breadth of the people who felt touched by him.
And he was most recently in the news, of course, for creating Amal Al-Muddin's wedding dress in September for her marriage to George Clooney. And there he is. He looks fantastic in that Vogue picture of the two of them. Do we know if he was sick for a while?
Yes, he had been struggling with cancer for close to 10 years now, and had, according to reports today, including a mention by Mrs. Wintour, had actually decided to turn off his own life support. So he went out, by his own choice.
And does he leave a lot of family, close personal friends?
Yes. As a matter of fact, one of the most beautiful tributes I've seen was a handwritten note from his stepdaughter and her husband, Alex Bolan, who is the CEO of the company now. They wrote a handwritten note saying that he died as he wanted to, surrounded by family and a lot of dogs, and that they were considering how they're going to go forward with a tribute to him and carry on with the company.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Now, Christina, he has a legacy almost unmatched in the fashion world. As you point out in your piece, more than 6 decades of prominence in this fickle industry. How did he do it?
I have to say, simply, he was really good. He really managed to suss out what women wanted to wear to look beautiful. And if you think about it, it wasn't always just the Amal Al-Muddin beautiful wedding gown. He, for years, dressed Hillary Clinton. Many of those pantsuits that we've talked about Mrs. Clinton wearing were actually Oscar de la Renta pantsuits. So he knew what she wanted to wear. He dressed Oprah Winfrey and made her look absolutely gorgeous. So women tended to look their best in what he designed.
Absolutely. He dressed, like you said, first ladies, movie stars, socialites. Women did just love his clothes, and he had that particular Oscar red, that color that looks great on everyone.
Yes, and it's a power color, right? That's an attention-getting walk in the room and steal the spotlight color, and that's what he was all about, of course. People kept coming back to him and spending a fortune on his clothes because they really worked. They did the job.
Yes, like you say, they were not inexpensive. But tell us a little bit about his beginnings, if you would, in the Dominican Republic to his rise through various fashion houses.
Yes, it's actually an incredible story of what's happened in fashion over these years. He was born to a middle-class family in the Dominican Republic, but left very young, moved to Madrid, was studying art, wanted to be a painter, and wound up working as an assistant to Cristobal Balenciaga, which had to be the most important beginning any designer could have with what Balenciaga was doing in those days, with a lot of sort of new looks at proportion and volume. And that kind of training just sent him off into this incredible career. He worked for the House of Lanvin. He worked for Balmain for years, even as he had his own fashion label here in the U.S. He had worked for Elizabeth Arden, and as he was doing all these incredible dresses and building a company, he was also quite a socialite. He was a center of social New York in the 1970s. Even in recent years, his home in Kent was sort of the center of a lot of wonderful parties and people's memories of dinners. He seemed to be always surrounded by large groups of people and was very gracious.
Oh, indeed he was, and he will be so dearly missed. Thank you, Christina, for that.